Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the board game Wishland. Make your own theme park and bring in as much visitors and happiness as you can. Here's how it goes. You are going to play 7 rounds and then the game is over. Then there is a final scoring. Whoever has the most points is the winner. During the game you create one or more theme parks in front of you in your own player area. Sometimes you get instant points, but when the game is over you look at what you've built to see how many bonus points you get. But again, the game is 7 rounds and then it ends. Count up your bonus points. If you have the highest score, you are the winner. I'll explain what you get points for later in this video. I think the scoring process is the most complicated part of this game. First, as I've said, there are 7 rounds. What is a round? Each round is 4 steps. Step 1. Every player places their player token on this track to indicate what the turn order will be. Step 2. Every player gets money. Step 3. You keep going around the table until every player has had 4 turns. Step 4. You prepare for the next round. So, player order, get money, take turns, and sort some things for the next round. You can look at your information card for how a round goes. Let me go through that again in a bit more detail. Step 1. Determining the player order. Starting with the first player, and then going clockwise around the table, everyone places their player figure, this little hat in your own player color, here on this track. That will determine who gets to go first and second and so on. You also get the bonus of the space that you choose. Just look at what the board says. You might get money or a point. You keep going until every player has placed their player figure. Step 2. Every player gets money. In this game it's called credits. Every player can take 5 money from the supply. In case you have any cards in your own area that say you can take more money, then you can take more money. Any card with money on it and an icon with a gear and 2 arrows means that you can take money during this step of the round. There are even cards that say you can take less money. Just look at your cards, they will speak for themselves. When everyone has taken all the money that they get, this part of the round is over. Step 3. Going by this player order, where everyone placed their player figure, everyone gets 1 turn. As soon as everyone has had a turn, you move this black turn marker up 1 space, and then everyone gets another turn. You keep doing this until every player has had 4 turns. So again, you get 1 turn at a time, but you get 4 turns in every round. After that, this part of the round is over. I'll explain what you can do during your turn in a moment. You finish each round with step 4. Put the turn marker back to 1, move the round marker up 1 space, put all the cards that weren't taken this round on the discard pile. Each deck has its own discard pile on the left side. Put them all there. And then place 4 cards face up on the game board on the right side of each deck. If the deck runs out, just shuffle the discard pile. That'll definitely happen right before the final round. Finish each round by passing the first player token to the left. If at any point during the game you reach one of these achievements, you can immediately claim it and take the points. Just place a little star on it to indicate it's been claimed and take your points. If it's not clear what a particular achievement is, look it up in the rulebook. They're quite easy. For example, be the first to reach the top of a track, or be the first to have 5 cards of a particular color. Alright, how do you play the game? What do you do when it's your turn? That's very easy. When it's your turn, you can do one thing. And you only have 2 options to choose from. When it's your turn, you either place your workers on the game board, or you remove them from the game board. That's it. Either place workers or take them back. When it's your turn and you choose to take workers back, you can take all of them back. If you leave them on the board, they will not come back to you at the end of the round. They stay where they are until you use one of your turns to take them all back. But that's it. That's one thing you can choose to do when it's your turn. Take all your workers back. The other thing you can do when it's your turn is place your workers on the board. You can either place your workers on this one space here, or one of these spaces to the right of each row of cards. But there is something different in this game. In most worker placement games, you take one of your workers and place it on the board. In Wishland, that goes like this. If the space is empty, then you can place just one worker, and you always place it flat. But if the space isn't empty, then you have to use more workers, and this is why you have to place them flat on the board, because you have to stack them. For example, one player has placed their worker here. The next player who wants to go here has to place 2 workers, and you place them as a stack. If I want to go next, I have to place 3 workers as a stack. When it's my turn again, I am allowed to go there again if I want, but I can see there are 3 stacks of workers already there, so if I want to use this space, I have to place 4 workers. If someone removes their workers as an action, there's 1 stack less, and then I would also need to use 1 less worker for this space. Count the stacks. That is how placing workers go. You always have to use 1 more workers than there are stacks. Moving on. As I've said, you can either place your workers here on this one space, or the spaces next to the cards. If you place your workers on this one space, advertising, then you can take 1 money from the supply, plus you get a bonus. Either go up 1 space with your own smiley token, or go up 1 space with your own suitcase token, or you can take 1 of your workers from this reserve area, add it to your other workers. As soon as you have taken all of them, you get a special ability. I'll write that in the video description. Going up on these tracks, the happiness track and the visitor track, can give you instant points or money. It's written above the spaces where you get them. And if you reach the end of the tracks, then that can give you a bonus at the end of the game during the bonus scoring. If you place them by the cards, then you can choose 1 of the cards in that row. Pay the price. Each card shows in the top left corner how much it costs. And then you place it in your own area. It's possible that you get an instant reward for that, the card will tell you. That's it for when you place your workers here. Pay for a card and then place it in front of you. Maybe you get something immediately, maybe from now on you get a special ability, or maybe the card will give you bonus points at the end of the game. It's up to you which card you buy, and the card will speak for itself. In case it's unclear, you can always check the rulebook. By the way, whenever you buy a black card, a mascot, you can look here for your immediate bonus. As soon as you have 5 black cards, you get something for the scoring at the end of the game. One detail about this: there is a card limit. If you have 1 purple card, that means you can have only 1 card of black, green, red and blue. As soon as you get a yellow card or another purple card, your limit goes up by 1. Then you can have 2 cards of these colors. And of course, as soon as you add another yellow card or purple card, your limit goes up again. But that's it. This is how you play Wishland. Place your workers here or here to collect cards or go up on tracks or get more of your workers. That leaves us with the bonus scoring that comes at the end of the game after round 7. What do you get points for? It might sound a bit complicated. Stay with me. You have the 2 tracks, happiness and visitors. If you made it all the way to the top of the happiness track, the one with the smiley marker, then you get 1 bonus point for each time you have at least 5 cards of the same color. There are 6 different colors, so that could give you a maximum of 6 bonus points. If you made it all the way to the top of the visitors track, then you get 1 bonus point for each 5 money you would have gotten if there was another income moment in the game. The game is over, so you're not getting any more money, but if you would, then you get 1 bonus point for each 5 money you would have gotten during the income step. And finally, you score points for the cards you have collected during the game. If you have any red cards with points on them, they will all be minus points, so you lose those. If you have any black cards, the mascots, then there is a special scoring process for that as well. I'll use the one mentioned in the rulebook. Here there are 4 black cards, 1 with cotton candy, 1 with a hamburger, and 2 with a hat. Then you look at the other cards that you have collected during the game. You get 1 point for each matching symbol. I can see 3 cotton candy, so that's already 3 points. I can see 2 hamburger icons, that's another 2 points. And I can see 2 hats, so that's 2 points for this hat and another 2 points for this other hat. 9 points in total. But sadly, you have to divide those points in half. So the total bonus score is 4.5, but you have to round it down. So 4 bonus points for your black mascot cards. The green cards, the hotels. I'm not going to explain. There are a lot of them, and each card has its own bonus scoring at the end of the game. But the rulebook gives you a clear overview of how a green hotel card gives you bonus points at the end of the game. Here's one example of a hotel card. This nice unicorn hotel says you get 1 bonus point at the end of the game for each complete set of colors you have. The last card that gives you bonus points at the end of the game are the blue ones, the entertainers. They all have this little black icon at the bottom. And it's possible you have a green hotel card with an icon on it. Plus, it's possible that you have 5 or more black cards. Maybe you remember I mentioned that if you get all of those, you get something at the end of the game. Well, it's an icon. You get one little extra black icon. Look at all the little black icons you have. You don't count all the icons, but you count how many different icons you have, how many unique icons you have. The ones from the blue cards, and maybe you have a green card with an icon on it, and maybe you have 5 black cards, which gives you 1 extra icon. Look at how many different types of icons you have, and then look here on the board to see how many points that gives you. Here it shows the number of unique icons you have, and next to it, it says how many bonus points you get for that. For each icon you had left, the ones that you had more than one of, you get 1 bonus point. Whew, that was it. And this is how the game goes without using the orange deck, which gives you even more points at the end of the game. You can use those cards when you've played it like this at least once. It was a lot of information, but I'm confident you're ready to give it a try. I hope you enjoy playing it when you do. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and see you for the next one.